So you may want to go to bed hungry for several reasons. Some of the reasons, like weight management, better brain functions, more restful sleep, or just to name a few of the benefits that you'd receive from sleeping on an empty stomach. And in general, stopping food consumption hours before bedtime is generally considered healthy. You know, as long as you're getting the adequate amount of nutrition and calories that you need throughout the day. So if you're hungry before bed and kind of concerned that you won't be able to fall asleep because your stomach is empty, there may be some foods that are perfect for you that will help you. So are you feeling hungry before bed on a regular basis? Sometimes it's just going to require us to kind of modify our schedule just a little bit, resulting in us feeling less hungry before bed. And here's some reasons why you may want to go to bed hungry and whether or not this may indicate an underlying issue that you may need to address. So following a healthy meal plan and schedule already, which is what we're doing here. So in general, you're eating pretty much 3 meals a day, possibly some snacks in between meals if you need. So depending on when you go to bed, eating a well-rounded, balanced diet that ends with dinner in the early evening, well before bedtime, could result in you feeling a little bit hungry, sometimes a little bit before dreamland hours, a little bit later. You may even fall asleep hungry intentionally, cutting back on your calories because you're on a weight loss journey. And make sure you're maintaining a well-balanced diet, even if you're following a more restrictive diet, such as keto or vegan. This will ensure that your nighttime hunger isn't a cause for concern. So if you are following a intermittent fasting plan, this may result in you feeling hungry a little bit closer to bedtime. So here's the deal. When we eat before bed, it actually stresses our bodies. We shift our focus from repairing, rebuilding, restoring our cells that need our attention, and instead, we focus all our resources on digesting our food. So imagine if you were busy digesting for several hours a night in a row and then weren't able to shift your focus back to repairing, rebuilding, restoring. This would actually lead to broken down cells and potentially unwanted disease. So eating after dinner or late in the night can actually result in weight gain and in an increased body mass index. So you may also experience indigestion, broken up sleep, if you eat or drink too close to bedtime. So your metabolism also slows as your body prepares for sleep, and you don't typically need additional calories. Several research studies have highlighted the risks of eating too close to bedtime. In 2013, a study found that eating within 4 hours of bedtime could result in eating more calories throughout the next day. Now, I don't know about you, but I notice if I eat within 2 hours of going to bed, I wake up starving. I could eat my arm. And in a 2014 study, they found that the increased caloric intake from eating later in the evening and closer to bedtime may result in eating extra calories and gaining weight because you end up eating more times throughout the day. So in a 2017 study, they found that eating closer to when your body begins to produce melatonin, which is the hormone that tells you to go to bed, that can actually result in increased body fat percentage. Eating late at night may also contribute to indigestion and sleep problems. So if you're not getting enough sleep, you may also feel more hungry before bed because you're not getting enough sleep. So overtiredness can trigger the hormone ghrelin. This hormone spikes food cravings and a feeling of hunger. Another hormone called leptin, this can also be triggered by inadequate sleep and cause you to feel hungrier even after eating your meal. So getting a healthy amount of sleep per night is essential to feeling less hungry when you're going to bed. So another reason that we can feel more hungry is malnutrition or undernutrition. Maybe we aren't getting our needs met as far as nutritional levels. So going to bed hungry may also be a sign of a more serious condition like malnutrition, as well as lacking proper consumption of vitamins, minerals, and essential components to a well-balanced diet. So if the prolonged undernutrition persists, it can create health problems and even diseases. So if you do feel like you need a snack, choose protein-rich foods that have tryptophan. Late night snacks can involve foods that contain amino acids, The tryptophan is what we're aiming for. So these are foods that encourage sleep by activating the hormone serotonin in your body. So foods that can contain the amino acid are things like turkey, especially dark meat, turkey and chicken, fish, nuts, and eggs. You want to avoid foods that will take a long time to digest, upset your stomach, and even make it difficult to sleep. So these may be foods like fried foods, spicy foods, sugary foods, or things that are greasy. Also, be very careful about the beverages that you consume before bed. Drinking too much anything could lead to frequent bathroom visits during the night. Okay, and then additional beverages that contain things like alcohol or caffeine could actually make it more difficult to fall asleep and stay asleep. So tips to prevent feeling hungry before bedtime: you may want to adjust your daily eating habits to fill up long before winding down before your day ends. And if you find yourself consistently hungry before bed, examining what and when you eat may actually help you adjust your daily intake and avoid the urge to indulge in that late night snack. So here's some tips to avoid that nighttime hunger or late night snacking and eating. I'm not one that counts calories. However, if you are somebody that counts calories, determine if you are getting enough, and then divide up your food intake over the course of the day. Plan to finish eating well before the bedtime. And on average, an adult consumes somewhere between 1,600 and 2,000 calories every day. And consider eating 3 meals at regular times of the day. Supplement these meals with small, healthy snacks as needed, things with high amounts of protein. And eat a diet that's more focused on a variety of foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, with adequate proteins. And try eating more protein and fiber at dinner time. The protein and the fiber will help keep you fuller longer, and this will help to avoid the overeating and wanting to snack on healthy foods. Stay away from foods that contain a lot of refined sugar, which we're following a plan that doesn't have any of that in there. And then also salt and things that are high in saturated fat. And then reconsider drinking your calories. You may even consider smoothie. That's going to digest faster than solid foods. Sometimes our bodies signal hunger when we're really thirsty. So try drinking a glass of water, about 8 to 16 ounces if you're still hungry. An hour later, avoid carbs, stick to the small amounts of protein. Protein shake. If you can, go to bed hungry. Also, really make sure that you're chewing your food throughout the day really slow at 30 times each bite, which allows you to get more nutrients out of the foods that you're eating. And this allows your saliva which is designed to actually break down the foods for you in your mouth. So then when your food gets to your stomach, the acids help to just deconstruct it a little bit more, making it very simple for your body to absorb whatever it needs from your small intestines. When we don't chew well, this sends a large chunk of food to our stomach and our gut. And it's very difficult for our body to break things down into smaller particles and get the nutrients that we need. So the deconstruction's not happening. And this makes it very difficult to get those nutrients. Then we aren't able to repair, rebuild, and restore our cells. So if you have a hard time chewing slow, you can always add digestive enzymes. These will help to liquefy your foods for you by the time they get to your stomach. And these help break down things like fats, protein, dairy products, and those kinds of things that are hard to break down, so that when they get to the gut, they're primed, ready for the picking. We can just get whatever we need. Once we turn 18 years old, the amount of digestive enzymes that we create and make is like a slide downhill. So as we age, it gets harder for us to produce our own digestive enzymes. So it's really beneficial to supplement this. I have a brand that works really well. I absolutely recommend. And if you need more information about that, let's talk more.